Hey there, Aubrey. What's shaking?
I'm great, Lindsay. How are you?
Good. Aubrey, let's talk about cars breaking down today. When is the last time your car broke down on you?
Oh, so we were in California camping right on the beach. You can do beach camping in California. I love it. It's so fun.
I've done that.
And our car was new. We had bought it new, drove it off the lot, and it was only a few weeks old, and we had driven it there. So you would never expect it to break down.
Oh no.
But we went to leave after we had been there like a week, and we went to leave and it wouldn't start. And
oh my gosh.
We opened the hood. And it was all chewed up. All of the wires in the hood were all chewed up. Like there were some
From
animals,
the salt
squirrels,
air?
rats, something had like chewed everything.
Oh
so we had
my
to have it
gosh.
towed, fix all of the wiring. It was crazy because it had a full warranty, but it didn't cover any of this wiring. So to
Of
pay
course.
for this on a brand new car was crazy.
That's
and they
crazy.
told us at the shop, they're like a lot of these newer cars, they're starting to make it with soy-based wires. So
What?
any animals are like, this is delicious. They just eat it.
Oh no.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. I hope when did this happen? I hope they've changed that by now. The soy-based
don't
wires.
know.
Soy-based wires.
This was
Okay,
a few
weird.
years ago. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm curious. I'm like, I hope they stop doing that because that's not great for your wires, the outside of your wires to be all edible.
I know. I thought maybe it was the salt air, but I guess it would take longer than a week for it to erode.
Imagine they're all corroding after a week.
I know. Yeah, for sure.
But so now if ever we take that car, because it still has a lot of the soy-based wiring in there, if we take it into the woods or anything, we have to put like animal traps and like repellent
gosh.
to keep it from happening again.
That is okay. Another reason I'm going to stick with my 2006 Toyota.
Yes, yes.
I'm not buying a new car ever.
Totally.
Love it. So we're getting into some good stuff today, Aubrey. What are we talking about on the show today?
Yeah, so we mentioned in a recent episode how we use this phrase on me for things that don't actually happen on us, and we promised a follow-up. This was fun to plan. It's crazy how often we say this in English.
This is really fun. I remember when this came out organically in our conversation, and yeah, we said we have to do an episode on that because it's everywhere, right?
Absolutely.
But it's very natural and native.
Yes,
it's something that native speakers kind of add on to phrases that you don't always need necessarily, but it makes you sound more natural. Again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's for emphasis. It's often for complaining or storytelling because we could just say my car broke down. When we
Sure.
say my car broke down on me, I'm making myself the victim.
You're the
More
victim.
so.
That's what it's about. Victim mentality here. I love it. So guys, go over and leave us a rating review. We want to know what you think of the show. So if you listen in Apple Podcasts or maybe you use the Android or the iOS app, we read the reviews all the time. We want to know what you think, and we'll announce your name on the show if we see your review. So go ahead and do that. All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, so let's look into the different ways we do this. The first is, like we were sharing with my car, mechanical or technological problems. We'll often say this. So for example, my car broke down on me. But what else, Lindsay?
My tire blew out on me. And again, we could say my tire blew out. That would be totally legitimate, totally correct. But I'm saying on me. Right. Not on you, not on them, on me.
You're
right?
emphasizing the inconvenience,
Yes.
right? That this happened to you. It's another way to exaggerate.
Yep. My phone died on me. The Wi-Fi cut out on me during the meeting. What else?
Or my laptop crashed on me right before I saved the file. So it is interesting how every time we don't have to have the on me, my phone died, the Wi-Fi cut out, we add that on me for pity, sort of to complain, to emphasize that poor me.
Yeah. Giving a little context, asking for pity a little bit, right? Giving just emphasis. We like to be dramatic, don't
Yes,
we?
it's the drama to make it a more
drama.
interesting story.
A story. So, okay, mechanical failures or plans or systems failing. So, for example, the app froze on me, right?
Right? If any. So also technology, but also like a system, software, maybe the website went down on me, meaning like it shut down, it closed down.
Yep. The elevator stopped on me between floors. And, this might sound a little bit more rare, but again, you're saying, oh, I was left in the elevator, right?
Exactly.
And I was inconvenienced.
Yeah. And I could see how this could be confusing. If you say the elevator stopped on me, you're imagining like you got trapped, maybe stuck, because it sounds like it would be physically stopped on you somehow. No, it just means the elevator stopped, and I'm adding that on me to emphasize that I was inconvenienced. The elevator stopped on me.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's not like, because if you say the elevator stopped between floors, I mean, you're probably saying it from your own perspective. We're assuming you were in the elevator, but we don't know that for sure. You could just say, oh, my coworkers got stuck in the elevator. The elevator stopped between floors, right? So if you really want to be 100% clear that you were the victim, adding on me is not a bad idea.
Right. Then they know you were there. It happened to you. Exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe the reservation system failed on me. This happened to me recently, Lindsay, when I went to sign my kids up for volleyball a couple of seasons ago. The reservation system froze. And so by the time it worked, it was too late for me to sign my kids up. So they missed out.
No.
It worked out because we tried basketball instead, which has been really fun. But I was really frustrated at the time when the system failed on me.
That seems so unfair. Oh, man. Sorry that happened. All right. Then we have emotional situations. People can also let you down, right?
Exactly, right? Maybe she broke down on me and started crying. Means like someone's sort of having an emotional breakdown. Maybe they're putting their head on your shoulder, but it doesn't have to be physically on you. It just means they broke down. You can say she broke down on me if she was talking to you at the time.
And this also kind of emphasizes the awkwardness of it. Sometimes like you're standing there and you say something to the person, they start crying and it's just like awkward, right?
Exactly.
I've been known to break down in public. Like in my relationship, like my partner would always say, oh, when we first started dating, you always just started crying randomly out of nowhere. It's true.
This happens to me too, right? Sometimes you have all these bottled up emotions and they're going to come out sometime. It might be in public.
And yeah, that's what I always got. It's like, it's always in public. It's never at home. It's always in public. So this kind of shows that person that's not crying is kind of left hanging a little bit like, ooh, this is awkward.
Right. Exactly. It emphasizes not just that they broke down on me. You're definitely kind of emphasizing the inconvenience a little bit, that it was something difficult.
Or he walked out on me, meaning he left you. So he didn't just walk out the door or walk out of the house.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting. It could have either meaning depending on your context, right? It could be like, we were chatting and he walked out on me, meaning he just like left the room. Or often it will be that they're like leaving a relationship. Someone's married and they're saying they ended up getting divorced. Be like, he walked out on me, meaning he like left the relationship.
Yeah, so that one's a little more loaded, right?
Yeah, it depends on the context. That's tricky.
That one depends on the context. So they bailed on me at the last minute, right? So meaning they left me hanging, right? So canceled. I showed up.
Yes.
Maybe I showed up and I was so this on me adds the fact that you felt a little awkward, you were left hanging, you were abandoned a little bit, right?
Exactly, right? You could just say they bailed at the last minute. To say they bailed on me emphasizes I was inconvenienced and deserve pity. and
more than likely, you're already at the place waiting, right? So you're going to get stood up, right?
Especially if it's at the last minute, right? You're probably already there.
Yeah. What else?
Or my boss blew up on me for no reason. So we'll often say blew up at me, but you'll also hear this blew up on me, right? As you're just emphasizing like it was inconvenient, unexpected, maybe unwelcome, right?
Yes, exactly. And then your body can give out on you, right? So for
unfortunately,
unfortunately, as we get into our 30s and 40s, we learn this a bit more. My knee gave out on me during the soccer game, right?
Exactly. It's where it kind of like buckles without, there maybe wasn't even like a injury that you could clearly point to. It just seems like it sort of failed out of nowhere and you don't understand why.
Yep. Or my voice. As podcasters, we have to treasure our voices here, but sometimes I do double sessions in the same day recording with you and Michelle. And sometimes towards the end of our session, Aubrey, my voice will give out on me.
Exactly, right? It happens. If you use your voice enough, singers, this will happen to a lot, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're presenting maybe at a conference all day long, your voice might give out mid-presentation toward the end of the day.
That's the worst. Or you go to the happy hour at the end of the conference and you're like, you want to be social, but you can't
talk. Totally.
You have to go back to your room. That's it. Really good stuff. Okay, role play time. Aubrey, we are friends meeting for brunch in this scenario. I'm not a bruncher, but I'll make you're not a brunch. You are a bruncher.
Brunch.
Okay.
Yes.
No. I was just in a conversation with someone about this just yesterday about why I'm not a bruncher. A lot of reasons, but
so funny. I love it. I love a boozy brunch as long as I don't have to drive or be anywhere, because I'm probably going to nap after. But I love mimosas or like a coffee with some kind of liqueur. Oh.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get why it's like attractive, but for me, like, I'm not a regular bruncher. Like, I wouldn't want to do it every weekend. I get it like once a year, Christmas brunch or something. Totally cool.
Oh, I agree. Because it needs to feel special occasion. Yes. I wouldn't want to go all the time, or it wouldn't be fun anymore.
Yeah, but some people are, especially in the big cities like New York. New York brunch is famous.
They're brunching every
They're
weekend.
brunchers. They brunch every weekend. Yeah, yeah.
I like it to be special occasion for sure. I probably only go to brunch maybe once or twice a year max.
Yeah, same here.
But
same here. All right, well, let's go to brunch.
I'll start us out.
Let's go.
Sorry I'm late. This has been a day.
Oh, wow. What happened?
Well, first, my car broke down on me halfway here.
Seriously? Oh, no, that's the worst.
Yeah. Then my phone died on me, so I couldn't text you.
What did you do?
I had to call an Uber, but then when she dropped me off, the payment app froze on me.
Wow, the universe really came for you today.
I'm sorry I was late. Thank you for not blowing up on me.
I was worried. You're always on time. Are you going to have to get your car towed?
Yes. I called the shop on my way here and they're picking it up.
All of this before like 11 a.m. or something.
Imagine. What a day.
You should just go home and nap for the rest of the day.
I know. I kind of love that phrase at the very beginning to say, this has been a day.
I know.
You don't even need an adjective. You can tell from the intonation that I mean it's been a terrible day.
That might be worth another episode, because that's a trending phrase right now. It's been a day, right? I hear that a lot.
Or it's been a week. It's been a month. It's been a year.
It's been a year. It has been a year. Yeah. So guys, hit the follow button, because Aubrey will probably plan another episode on that topic right there.
Yes.
Okay. So I asked you what happened. Like, what could possibly have happened so far? It's only 11 in the morning, right? And you said, first, my car broke down on me halfway here. Right. Yeah. That's already pretty bad.
And I could just say my car broke down halfway here, but I'm emphasizing that I was really inconvenienced by it. So
adding
I say
the drama.
Broke down on me. Yep.
It's the drama. That's what it is. This is what this is about.
It does make for a better story. Like, this is a more fun conversation.
It is. And totally, I could say, then my phone died, so I couldn't text you. And people do say that too. Don't get us wrong.
Right.
Sometimes people don't add the on me, and they don't have to. But you said, then my phone died on me. Right. So again, victim.
Yeah. Right? Victim. Especially like if it's been multiple things like this, you probably are in that kind of mentality of like, and I'm late and I'm trying to help you see why. So I'm sort of emphasizing so that I didn't intentionally, right? I couldn't text you and let you know I was going to be late.
Exactly. And then the next thing that happened to you is the payment app for Uber froze on you, right?
Yeah. So like that's 3 reasons I'm late here, right? Or 2 reasons that I'm late, 1 reason that I didn't call. The payment app froze on me.
Yeah. And then what did you say to me?
And then I said, thank you for not blowing up on me. And I would often say blowing up at me, but we do hear both, right? And it just means like, thank you for not being extremely upset and yelling at me. Thank you for understanding.
Yes. Again. Yeah. This on me just puts us more at the center of the drama. Again, This is making yourself a victim by being a little bit more dramatic, but not in a negative way, in a way that pulls people into your story a little bit and your circumstance.
Yeah,
right?
Totally. Right. I do this. I have friends that do it. I don't think it's annoying. It could probably be overdone if you do it all the time.
I'm sure it could be overdone.
But it does just kind of add interest to a story. It adds drama, which is always fun.
Exactly. So that's just giving our listeners a little bit of an option. Guys, go check out 2552, just a few episodes back. That is how to master confusing past tense verbs in English. Really important episode. Don't miss that one.
Right. Yeah. If you don't know whether to say blow dried or blue dry.
Oh,
you
my
missed
gosh.
that episode.
That was funny. Yeah, that's a really good example that we want to show you guys that we're not always perfect either, right? It's
Exactly.
connection. And we make mistakes too. So we showed you some examples of that in that episode. Aubrey, any other final takeaways?
Yeah, it is important to make your stories interesting, right? And this is one way to do it. Of course, we want to think about pronunciation, not using monotone, but it's also in the vocabulary that we use, how we add drama and make it interesting.
Love it. So good. Aubrey, I'll see you in the next episode. You have a good rest of your day.
Awesome.
All right?
See you there.
Okay. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.